So I just did a product review of the Firefly Amazon guitar, and I talked about my Harley Benton Fusion in it, so I figured I might as well at least show you the guitar. I did not do an unboxing of this one either. I'll probably start doing that, but I'm not made of money, so I'm not going to buy a guitar for a while. But next one I buy, I'll do an unboxing. So this is the Harley Benton Pro Fusion Series HSH for humbucker, single humbucker, roasted maple neck. I don't know if the lighting's that great in here. I hope it is. I don't really have any better lighting to turn on, but this guitar is awesome. So the price tag of this guitar is $375 from Thomann in Germany. And if for those of you that don't know, which I'm sure you all know because you're specifically searching for this guitar, Harley Benton is the in-store brand for Thomann. Thomann's like Sweetwater in the U.S. or Musician's Friend, but they have their own brand of guitar that they contract out and have it built in China. And they are known for all their really cheap guitars for, bang for your buck type guitars. I have like I have a vintage series Strat that was like $108, I think, $115. That I didn't like when I first got it, but it grew on me. The neck is really thick on it. And then I have a PRS copy. I think that's probably one of the most popular Harley Benton guitars, the PRS copy. It's the CST 24. This guy, which is a nice looking guitar, nice sounding guitar, stays in tune. This was only, I think I got this one for, I think it's like $220. I think this guitar is like $220. This is actually the B stock, and what B stock is, it's a guitar that has slight, maybe like has a couple chips in it, or like maybe some wear in it. Most likely maybe it was involved in a product demo, or maybe it went out to a YouTuber and they reviewed it and sent it back. All those guitars that they don't keep, the famous YouTubers, all those reviewers, if they don't keep the guitar, they go back and they become B stock guitars, and then they're sold to us. So bang for your buck guitars, absolutely. They have problems. They're not like it's not like a $200 guitar that's worth that plays like $1,000 guitar. That's not what it is. It's a bass guitar basically that you could mod the hell out of and make it a lot nicer. That's pretty much the consensus of Harley Benton. They've gotten a lot better over the years. Then they came out with their Pro Series. Pro Series has been around for a few years. This is the second go around. I believe it's the first run with a roasted maple neck, but I don't know if you can hear that, but it's my cat going down the stairs because he weighs like 1,000 pounds. But this is also a B stock guitar. So these are $375 brand new. Then you got to pay like the $30 shipping from Germany. But I decided that I wanted to see what all the fuss was about with this guitar, but I wasn't going to spend almost $400. It would have been over $400, like $408 shipped, on a guitar that, I don't know. I always wanted to try a roasted maple neck. I never played one. They never seem to have them at the guitar stores around here. I don't go a lot anyway, but I've never seen one. And if I did see it, then I must have missed it. So I wanted to try out a roasted maple neck, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about, because people were saying that this is a step in the right direction for Harley Benton as far as serious instrument making. And I gotta tell you, this guitar is, for what I paid for it, it's incredible. This was a B stock, so it was used or demoed or something. Slight areas of use, they say, which, by the way, I couldn't find anything. It was polished when I got it set up. It was in tune. I saw a few fingerprints around the horn, That was it. But either they polished it when they sent it, or the thing was like barely used. There's no chipping on this thing. It has all the plastic on it still on the back, on the covers. I did take them off the pickups, but there's plastic on the pickups. What else? This I think I mentioned in the last video the way that I unbox guitars is I literally will go layer by layer in terms of take the guitar out of the box. It comes in a box, by the way. It doesn't come with a case or anything. You can pay extra for like a gig bag or something. I think you can get a hard shell case too, but I'm not sure. But I took it out and I had just the headstock exposed, and I was blown away right away because I knew that this finish was not a maple top. It is a maple top, but it's a veneer. I knew that it wasn't a thick maple top, so I didn't think there was going to be much depth in it as far as, you know, tilting it and seeing the quilt. But it moves. It really does. So it's a veneer, but it's a high quality veneer, and it's a little thicker than I would think, than I thought it was going to be. It looks like, see the natural binding there? It looks like when you first grab it that's a thick maple top. It's not. The veneer, you can actually see the edge of the veneer right at the edge. That concerns me a little bit because I don't know if over time, if this thing gets bumped a lot, if it's going to start chipping there, because it's literally right at the edge. Maybe not. Hopefully not. But that binding there isn't actually binding. They just masked it off and they painted it or finished it. So that's actually just the wood underneath. It is the top is book matched. Obviously, the veneer is book matched. But if you look on the side, this specific guitar here is a 3-piece, and yep, it's a 3-piece. But man, this neck is incredible. I mean, I wish I had a better camera quality or better lighting. You could see the quilting in this thing. And for someone who's never played a roasted maple neck before, I was talking to somebody at work about, you know, roasted maple neck, and he's not a guitar player, so he doesn't really know what I mean, but I was trying to describe what that feels like. It feels like it's weird. It feels like a polished baseball bat. Like, I can't, like, it's real smooth. Your hand doesn't get hung up on it. It's almost like a burnished feeling. Is that the right word? Like a polished. I don't know. It's weird, but it's great. And I'm not a lead guitar player. If I was a lead guitar player, this thing would shred. I mean, there's plenty of videos out there of people that are fast that play these guitars super fast. So let's talk about the specs, and I'll stop friggin' yammering here. If I can remember my password on this. So it says that the body is Sapele. Flame maple top, which is the veneer. It says ultra flame veneer. Matching headstock, yep, which is pretty nice looking. There's other versions out there. There's like a blue one with a matching blue headstock. I think it looks terrible. I'm not a fan of matching headstocks unless it's a natural color. That's not bad. That looks pretty good. They have like a charcoal one out there too that looks awesome, but that wasn't available. Roasted maple neck and fretboard. The fretboard's also, I mean, it's the whole thing is roasted maple, and obviously they just, I mean, you can see it in the dark. I wish I could turn my friggin' light on better. It's a Graptec nut, and here's the stainless. The inlays are clay dot inlays, but like one of the big selling points here is these are stainless steel frets. I mean, stainless steel frets, roasted maple neck on a guitar for B-stock for $339, I think, shipped overseas to my house. Took 2 weeks to get here. So there is going to be a little bit of a delay, obviously, because it's coming pretty far. But $340 for a guitar with roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets. They have their in-house pickups in this, their Roswell pickups, but they're good pickups, man. Wilkinson tremolo, which is, I don't play tremolo like ever, but I was cranking on this thing and it was going right back into tune because it's got locking tuners. Really good locking tuners. I think they're Wilkinson locking tuners. I apologize, this iPad sucks. I believe they're Wilkinson locking tuners. So, Roswell, Alnico 5, so they're both Alnico 5 humbuckers. And then you have a Alnico 5 single coil in the middle. Volume and tone, obviously, single coil 5-way switch. It is a Wilkinson tremolo. Machine heads, WSC staggered locking diecast. So I believe those are, yeah, it's Wilkinson. And they come with D'Addario strings. So this color is gloss flamed natural. Gloss flamed natural. And it seems to me like this guitar is the least popular of the roasted maple neck Harley Bentons. Maybe it's the color. They feel like it doesn't look that great. When I was looking at these, there were other versions of this that I thought were much better looking, and still maybe are better looking. But man, this top in person looks great. It really does. I'm kind of a fan of the natural look too. I've got an Ibanez Mike Mushok baritone over there with a natural finish. That guitar is one of my favorites because of that, just because of that natural finish. I love the, the color of wood, or the unfinished look of wood. So this is obviously finished, but I like it. I have a Chapman Pro, the Sun, which is obviously, it's a red color, but you can still see that a lot of that wood grain. That's my favorite thing about guitars, when you can actually see the wood grain. So, not a crazy review. I'm not gonna, I'm not like a super guitar luthier, and I can't tell you what's great about it and what's not great about it, but I was impressed when I took it out. You have those guitars that make you play a certain way. If you have a guitar that guitars make you, they inspire you, and they make you start playing things you didn't think you were going to play. If you picked up like a Gibson 335 or something, you're going to play like rockabilly shit or stuff like that. If you pick up a Strat, you're probably going to play blues or try to play blues. Anything Ibanez or, like a Schecter, you're going to start playing metal. I was playing everything with this. I was trying everything with this guitar. I kind of lean more towards blues because it's just so smooth, and it feels good to try to play some Stevie and stuff like that, which I can't. I'm not good at that stuff. I'm learning. I'm a rhythm guitarist, but I'm trying to do some leads, or learn to do some leads. But it's just comfortable. It's a real small neck, D shape, real thin. I'm not super familiar with Fender Stratocasters. I've had like I think my first guitar was a Hondo Strat copy when I was like 12, and it was garbage, but I loved that thing. I had like troll stickers all over it. I sold that, and then I bought my Epiphone Black Beauty Les Paul. So I haven't had a Strat type guitar. I think I had a Super Strat. I think I had an Ibanez RG something. I have a buddy's RG up there. But I hadn't had a Hondo. I hadn't had a Stratocaster style guitar in forever, until I bought that really cheap Harley Benton vintage. This guy. And this was like $112 shipped or some ridiculous number, and I was like, well, I have to try it. I mean, that's crazy, from China or Germany. And when I got it, I was like, yeah, that's why it's $112. It's not that great, but it really grew on me. This neck is so thick, though. It really it grows on you, and I was impressed. So after I bought this, I was like, well, I'm going to try one more Harley Benton, and I bought the CST B-Stock PRS copy, and it's awesome. and that's why I moved to this, because they impress me. They're cheap, but they're getting better and better. I can't afford any more guitars, but my next one will probably be a Harley Benton. I really want to try one of their Les Pauls, just to see, just to see if it's like the real thing. But B stock, $340, shipped to my door. If you go brand new, it's about $410, depending on where you live in the U.S. or wherever you live, wherever you are. The price is $375 brand new on the website for this guitar. The big question, is for bang for your buck, people. Like when Chapman came out, people are like, I can't believe I just spent $1,000 on a guitar that plays like $1,500, $1,600 guitar. Which we can debate. I don't know what your position is, but this guitar cost me $340. Does it play like a $340 guitar? No, it doesn't. It plays like a combination of a lot of different guitars. It's weird. I would put this up against my Chapman. The Chapman's better. It has better pickups. As far as I'm concerned, they're hotter on the Chapman. The Pro, the modern, the Super Strat there, the Sun one. I can't remember the exact S1, something like that. But it's damn close, and the price difference is insane. I mean, this is like what, $700 cheaper, and you get stainless steel frets, roasted maple neck. I mean, that pushes it right over the edge right there. If you want a roasted maple neck guitar, buy this guitar. Try it out, and you're probably gonna fall in love with it. Peace.